So today we're going to be doing some geography, and we're going to be looking at recognising the human and the physical features of Rugeley. Now we're already going to be a little bit of an expert at this because we've looked at the human and physical features of Peru, so it's very similar, but we're looking a bit more local at Rugeley. Okay, so we've got a bit of a deep dive first of all, and I'm going to give you 1 minute and a second to list as many places as you can in Rugeley. So pause the video, you've got 1 minute, off you go. Okay, hopefully you pause and you've jotted down as many places as you can think in Rugeley. Now, what we're going to do with that list that you've come up with is, at the end, you can then go through and decide whether it's human or physical, okay? Because that's what we're going to be looking at today. So hopefully, some of the places that you've thought of in Rugeley come up on our slides, okay? So, first of all, we're going to have a little reminder. I know we have already covered it with Mr. Evans' lesson, but physical features, so like seas, mountains and rivers, are natural, okay? So they would be here even if there were no people around, so they're not built, they just occur naturally, okay? And then we've got human features like houses, roads, bridges, are things that have been built by people, okay? So they're man-made or woman-made, okay? So if we look at some physical features first, we've got a forest, so a large wooded area with thick growth of trees and plants. Now, obviously, we've got our Cannock Chase forest, a little bit like this. So that is natural, isn't it? So that's a physical feature. Nobody built Cannock Chase, did they? It just grew. We've also got hills, so obviously Etching Hill, we are on a hill, and that's obviously a naturally raised area of land, which is not quite as high as the mountains. We've got lots of those around here, and again, they just occurred naturally, so they're physical features. We've got mountains. Obviously in Rugeley we don't have mountains, but the closest thing I could think of was Etching Hill Rock, and I know lots of you have been going up there on lots of your walks, keeping active. So obviously that's not a mountain, but it's obviously a natural rock, so that is another physical feature. Nobody built it. And we've got rivers, again physical, soil, so things in fields and on farms, and vegetation, so things that grow like carrots, grass, shrubs, any plants. Okay, so they're all physical features that have grown naturally. Now, if we look at the human features, here's just a few examples. Obviously, we haven't got a city in Rugeley because we're a town, but a city is something that people have built, okay? These big, tall buildings didn't just grow, did they? That somebody's built them, okay? So they're man-made and human features. We've got a town, so a little bit like Rugeley. So people have built the houses, built the church, all the different things that we have in a town. There's lots of human features, isn't there? Okay, we've got village, very similar. Factories. Now, we haven't got loads of factories. I know on the Power Station Road we've got some different warehouses and things, and we've got the big Amazon factory as well. So that's also human, people have built it. And houses, okay? We've got ports, all these things are things that people have built. Shops, Tesco didn't just grow, did it? It's been built by someone, okay? So hopefully that's refreshed your memory on physical and human features. And we've got our first little activity. So you should have this grid. Now, please don't worry about printing it out. You can just draw a line down the middle of your book and write physical one side and human the other side. So there's absolutely no need to print it. Now, if you have printed any of the pictures, that's great, but you could draw these. I know you guys are amazing drawers. So you could draw, you could draw a picture of Tesco, okay? Make that clear with the lettering. You could draw a picture of the forest. You could draw the power station, and I don't know whether any of you watched the big tall tower falling down recently, so that was exciting to watch, wasn't it? So it wouldn't look like that anymore, would it? So it must be an old photo. We've got the church, so all these things you can draw, and I would like you, they're all a bit jumbled up, I'd like you to put them into physical and human features for me, okay? So you'll see that these are all areas around Rugeley. We've got Daisy's Kitchen as well, we've got some gardens, we've got Amazon, so the leisure centre, lots of these places you will recognise, and hopefully some of these places came up on your deep dive that you thought of earlier, okay? So I would like you to sort them, so you can pause now and have a go at that, okay? Don't spend any longer than like 20 minutes on it, okay? Okay, once you've done that, we're going to look at the following images, and I would like you to think about if they've got human or physical, or maybe they've got both features, okay? So I would like you to pause and have a go at the next 3 images, and then once you've had a go at that, I'm going to talk through some answers that I found, okay? So have a go first, and we'll see what you come up with. Okay, so pause now. Right then guys, so looking at our first picture, we've got a big landscape view of Rugeley, okay, so it's a bit of a bird's eye view, isn't it? Now, we've got the power station, okay, so obviously that tower's not there anymore, but do you think they just grew, or did somebody build those, okay? Well, it'd be a bit strange if we had those towers growing, wouldn't it? So they are a human feature, okay, because humans have built them, okay, so I'm going to label that as human. You don't have to write feature all the time, okay, we'll be repeating ourselves. Now, I can see these big lush green fields. So, did someone build the fields or did they just grow? Okay, they would be physical because they just happen naturally, don't they? So that would be a physical feature, okay? Now, what about, we've got a river here. So rivers, did anyone build the river or is that quite a natural thing? That would be physical. But I'd like to just bring you to the attention of a canal. Now, I don't know whether we can spot a canal here. I know we've got lots around Rouge. There probably would be one somewhere on there. With a canal, because it looks a bit like a river, we might be quite tempted to say, because it's got flowing water, we might be quite tempted to say it's a physical, natural feature. However, canals were man-made long ago. They were used for transport, using barges and boats to transport things like coal and things back a long time ago, and people dug those out and they built them, okay? So a canal might be one that we get a bit muddled up with, but I'll jot that down here in case it does come up. So that would be human, okay? Now, the rest I'm not going to write, I'm just going to discuss, so I don't take too much of your time, but we've got things like trees that you could say were physical. We've got houses that are human, humans have made them, they've built them. We've got more factories here, I think that might be Amazon, so again, that's human. We've got things like vegetation, there might be a farm there that's been quite natural, okay, so that'd be a physical. So there's loads there, and I'll be interested to see what you guys come up with. This looks like it's a train track, doesn't it? I mean, I know it's a bit blurry, but that is the train, the railway. So did that grow or did someone build it? It would be human, wouldn't it? Okay, so hopefully you've come up with lots of ideas there. Send your work in to me and Mr. Ray for us to check. Now, hopefully lots of you recognise this area as well. I love going up there for a walk on the weekend. This is Birches Valley in Cannock Chase. And again, we've got both human and physical, haven't we? Has the bench just grown or did someone build it? It's a human feature, isn't it? Because somebody's made it, somebody has built it, okay? The trees, they've been natural, they've grown, haven't they? What about this cafe building? That would also be human, wouldn't it? Let's see how many you guys can come up with at home as well. Be interested to see those. And ta-da, here we are, Etchin Hill. This is a bird's eye view. So this is our school and surrounding area, and there's loads on this one, okay? So you can think about the trees, the field being natural, and then we've got loads of things that people have built, so the school, cars, okay? They don't just grow naturally, do they? We've got houses, conservatories, we've got the PE shed, so there's all kinds of things for you guys to spot on there, okay? So hopefully you've had a go at those, and me and Mr. A can have a little look at any work that you send in and give you some feedback on that, okay? I think that's the end, yeah? So hope you've had a great afternoon, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye!